Welcome.
Hello there, I'm Bob and this is Let's Get Retro in association with RetroLim.com. Yes, Happy New Year! It's been a while since I put any videos up. Apologies, I'm just doing lots of... I'm trying to sort out lots of stuff at the moment, and I got my Oculus Rift, so I'm basically sitting here goggle-eyed with... hang on. I'm going to do a proper video on it in a couple of weeks' time, but in case anyone doesn't believe me, this is my lovely Oculus. So it's like the lawnmower man in my house right now. Like the film, not the Stephen King short story that had nothing to do with the film. But anyway, I'm totally digressing now. I have loads of stuff, going to do more videos, and go to RetroLim.com, major changes happening, it'll all be awesome. So, if you haven't seen my channel before, I look at retro video games, occasionally a vaguely current video game, and just generally, you know, old toys, old kind of accessories and bits and bobs. And occasionally, the shop that I buy my, basically there's a shop near me that's kind of like a deals, you kind of, Poundland, Dollar Tree, whatever you want to call it, kind of place. And they tend to do two types of stuff. One of them is crap, basically. It's the stuff that you see on the amazing Dr. Stuart Ashton's channel that you should go to. Stop, pause this video and go watch his stuff now, it's great. Okay, you're back? Good. Anyway, wasn't that fun? So, yeah, they do two types of things. They do rubbish, and they do discounted stuff. Now, the rubbish is rubbish, but the discounted stuff is actually quite good. So, being a nerdy, geeky chap, I like Star Trek. The J.J. Abrams reboots were pretty good, I have to admit. I wasn't a massive fan of Khan. Sorry, is it too soon to spoil that? Yeah, the one with Sherlock. And anyway, yeah, you'll work it out yourself. But, yes, they were basically selling off some of these babies. Now, hang on, see if I can show you a more interesting one first. Yes, okay, this is, hang on, get in there, get in, Lego Star Wars. Well, no, not Lego, it's Kre-o. It's sort of like a Hasbro's kind of let's get the Lego money toy line. They do Transformer stuff. They do Battleship, you know, the film of the board game, because they own the board game. So I suppose it's, you know, like it's in their own backyard. But this is a Kre-o Star Trek created USS Enterprise, light tech. So basically, it's a little small Lego, and small as in it's only got about 40 odd pieces. 39, I think, is it? Yeah, 39 pieces, and it lights up. So they have this, which is the Enterprise, the film Enterprise. They have the USS Kelvin, which is the ship that Thor briefly piloted before dying, and then his wife had Kirk, but he was new Kirk that likes listening to the Beastie Boys and swears a bit. It's the jellyfish, which I suppose, like, really, you know, spoiled, like, you know, Trek in the Darkness, so I can spoil the original one. It's the weird ship that Spock from the original series flies. And it was actually, if you read the comics, there was a little pre-comic, it was actually very good, but it was made by Geordie LaForge, because they had to shoehorn him in somewhere. So it's a bit crap, but, you know, it's there, it's got the stand like the rest of them. And this is where things get a bit confusing. This is what I don't get. This is a... hang on, where's it gone? Klingon D7 cruiser. No, I can know that because I've read the back of the box. And it's because it's a Klingon Emperor. It's got a red stand instead of a blue one. Now, the thing is, I don't remember this in the first film. There was a Klingon ship in the second one, but the first one... I think there was a deleted scene that was like had Klingons in it. I think they did some weird thing. They had a small set and they filmed it with children dressed up as Klingon or something bizarre like that. Or they stapled a couple of hamsters together to be the Klingons. I can't remember, but it was. I know it was in a deleted scene, but it's kind of weird. I mean, it's sort of, you know, it's just like they kind of went, let's just pick 4 random ships, and like 3 of them were the Kelvin, the jellyfish, and the Enterprise, and then the last one was this. I mean, why not have like Kirk's hover bike in it? That was good. Or are there other ships? I suppose there were. But anyway, we want to see what's in these. Okay, so let's look at the Enterprise. Right, oh yeah, it was reduced from €12 to €3. Now, for €12, it's terrible. For €3, it's pretty good. That's about $4 or 4,000 Nuka-Cola caps, whatever you use in the UK. I think £2. I want to say £2. Oh yeah, and it turns out actually when I bought them, then they were actually reduced even further because it's after Christmas, so they were like €2. So it's, I don't even want to calculate. It's a little money. It's the price of 2 cans of Coke, let's say. So anyway, when you're opening it up, you get instructions, which are quite handy, and you get bits of Lego. Sorry, not Lego, Kre-o. Can't call it Lego. Alright, hang on, look, I'm going to do a jump cut. Let's do a jump cut. They seem to be all the range with the kids these days. Alright, jump cut ahoy! So time has passed. I have built some things for your delectation and enjoyment. Ooh, it's like light up. I don't think you can see that. That's not fantastic, but I mean the light. My model is brilliant. Sorry. Yeah, it's a nice little model. It's actually big enough. It's nice, small enough to go on your desk without looking like a total nerd, even though I am. It lights up, but I was kind of hoping, because it's light tech, I was hoping that they'd, that if you can see, some of it is using a kind of see-through plastic, blue plastic. I don't know if you can really see that there with the blue bits. And I was kind of hoping that the piping would go up and it'd light the ship up from underneath. And maybe that's what they were trying to do originally, and then they just went, yeah. Now, I'm thinking of doing something really nerdy and drilling up through the white bits at the bottom, just enough to let some light in. Because that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's nice. It's got some little decals and things, and it's got the ample nacelles that Scotty was talking about. I'd like to get my hands on a lot of ample nacelles. I mean, excuse me, into my engineer parlance. It's okay. I'm doing an impression of an Englishman doing an impression of a Scotsman, so it's not. James McGahey is going to kill me. Yeah. So hang on, more things for you. He said wagging his eyebrows. This one I wasn't as happy with. This is the D7. Which is a good lubricant. The D7 Cruiser. Jesus, yeah. That's like KY D7J. Anyway, yeah, that's just enough straw veil over that. Yeah, so there's its arse and there's its gooseneck, and it's okay. It's it took me ages to do because it's a fairly quick build, but then it just kept falling apart because it's literally relying on tiny joints that are just connected just barely to other bits. And that's more to do with the design of the Klingon ships, because they're crap. Basically, they were, well, they're good in the old series, and I think they were the Romulan ships as well until they diversified in the next generation. God, I know so much. But anyway, I'll show you the other two now. So, as you may have noticed from my change in attire, some time has passed. It's actually the following day. I started recording this on New Year's Eve night, and stopped for a little while to finish off the two models, and then Sherlock was on telly, so I said, oh, I'll watch that. Ended up watching that, it was great. Finished off the Christmas wine, and there was a fair bit of it, and I tried recording then that evening later on, but it just wasn't making very much sense. It was just making me go, whoa! I didn't even have the Lego at that stage. I was just going to go, sorry, Kre-o. I was just kind of waving my hands around in front of the camera. It was a fun evening. So, to finish this off, let's show you the two remaining ships that you have not seen. This baby here is the Kelvin. What's it named after? Was it Lord Kelvin? Was it the guy that, 0 degrees Kelvin person? Anyway, this is the ship that's the start of it that Kirk's dad is in. I suppose Kirk is in as well as a, newborn. And his mum as well, obviously she's there. So, yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, on the one hand, it's actually quite a good representation of what was in the film. The downside is, it's that whole thing Star Trek did with early ship designs in it. Well, I mean, in the sense of, they'd show you like a flashback and there'd be like a ship, and they had to make it look different from the Enterprise, so they just go, oh, the Enterprise has got two nacelles. This is an older one, so they'll just have one. And this bit here, I suppose, unless that's a nacelle as well. Maybe that's the nacelle, and this is where they all live on the ship. Or is it the sauce? I don't know. Anyway, it just looks a bit, it looks like kind of, you're building the Enterprise and you ran out of Lego. Sorry, Kre-o. I've got to stop calling it Lego, even though it pretty much exactly is. Again, lights up. And this is the thing that bugs me. I meant to say this earlier on. There's no, I reckon there should have been a decal there that say, USS Kelvin or D7 or Enterprise or whatever. Because it just seems like a really odd thing to have this little blank bit of plastic there. I know it's partially to cover up a brick there that looks a bit funny, but I mean, it just seems a bit weird. But anyway, so that is the Kelvin. Well, further down there. Lastly, it's the Jellyfish. Now, this was the ship that original universe Spock, Leonard Nimoy Spock, flew, and I don't know if I mentioned it earlier on, but the it was actually it's a lovely comic that kind of went through all the details, and it was made by Geordie LaForge. But it's worth noting that he, in the series, was blind, which may explain the design. This is the thing, right? These two, I don't know if you can see, these two bits here, let's get rid of them there. Those two X bits came, those two bits came with it, but there's nowhere in the instructions to put them. I put them on because I just don't like waste, figured I'll have that on there. So anyway, in the movie, what happens is that it rotates like this, and this bit here rotates the other way at the same time, and hence the name Jellyfish. But here's the thing, I mean, if, you saw the film, you'd go, okay, that's the ship that's boxing, right? Well, you'd probably do. If you didn't, and it was, again, because there's no, the only thing that tells you it's Star Trek is the insignia. Like, what the hell is it? Like, is it a space invader? Is it like some sort of weird gynecological device? Like, you wouldn't know. But I mean, that aside, it's not bad for what it is. I mean, lots of spinny bits and blue bits, and it looks like some sort of it looks like some sort of weapon, So for what it is, it's very good. But what it is a really weird looking ship that even when it was fully rendered in the movie looked a bit weird. So obviously, because you're making it in very minimalist amounts of Lego. Sorry, Kre-o. It really is just, anyone seeing it would go, what the hell is that? So there you go. So basically, if you get a chance like me to pick them up for a song, it's worth picking them all up because they're okay. If you had to pick a winner, I would say the Enterprise, definitely. If you had to pick two of them, I'd say the Enterprise and this baby here. If you had to pick three, I'd go Enterprise, Kelvin, and that guy there, and then you may as well. If you got three, you may as well complete the set and get the fourth one. So there you go. That has been a whistle-stop tour of not Lego, Kre-o, not Lego, and the lovely little mini Star Trek ships. Thanks for watching, guys. This is a bit of a departure from what I normally do. I mean, I normally look at kind of retro gaming goodness. I mean, I suppose it's based on a is it maybe 50? No, it's got a couple of years left for that, but a kind of old enough franchise. So I suppose that's my get out, really, Thanks for watching, guys. If you get a chance on Friday, the 3rd of January 2014, 8:30 PM, retrolim.com. There's a live stream happening. I should be there, and it's some interesting stuff happening. It's some surprise stuff. It's the 1 year anniversary of the site as well, or it will be at midnight. So it's some crazy stuff will be happening. So it's worth checking out. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go, and thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.